What's going on, my JMO family? This is your boy Big C, back at you again with another hot video. Like I always say, can't stop, won't stop. I'm back at you guys with another hot video on this new year, 2018. So I'm going to kick off my 2018 coming to you guys with just not one video today, but two. So be looking out for two videos today. Maybe we can even do three. I might push in three. But be looking out for these two videos. Today is the big college football games. You got Alabama against Clemson. And then you got Georgia against Oklahoma. So you know your boy had to shoot a video about who's going to win. Got to give you my opinion who I think going to win. So we're going to look at the undisputed video. It's coming from Skip and Shannon. The first video today is about Alabama and Clemson, who they got, who they picking. And then you know your boy's going to give his opinion. First, before I start the video, got a shout out. Got a comment from, I think it's DCall03. From my last video that I shot yesterday, he was talking about that. He was saying that he agreed that DeMarcus Cousins would prefer Washington, but they had three max players already there, so he don't think they have enough money. But he was saying Boston would be a good fit. I totally agree. I love him going to Boston too, but I believe that Washington wants him as bad as he wants Washington. So I believe one of those max players, bye-bye. See ya. Hit the road, Jack. I think one of those players could get traded. I think they could really let one of those players go. Of course, it's not going to be Jay Wall because that's the reason why he wants to go to Washington. Bradley Beal, I doubt it'd be him too. I think it's Otto Porter, that third max contract, and I can see them letting Otto Porter go. I mean, to get DeMarcus Cousins, I would let Otto Porter go too. So I agree with you, but I can see them letting somebody go so they can get D Cousins, and I can see them working some stuff out. So. But, like I said, we're going to jump into this video today from the Undisputed family talking about Alabama and Clemson. Skip and Shannon is picking their picks, so let's see what they got to say. Let's get it!
Man, Vegas must be know something I don't, Skip, because I don't really see it. But then again, they do have St. Nick. He said last week, we got away from our identity. We know what Alabama's identity is.
Yep.
That is to dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Now, they had great success running the ball last year, 221 yards, 6.5 yards a carry with both Scarborough and Harris. They're back. And I believe they will need to be equally as dominating running the football. That offensive line needs to be equally as dominating this year as they were last year running the football. I just need Jalen Hurts to be a little better throwing the football, Skip. I didn't see the jump in his progression of throwing the football.
I think you need Jalen Hurts to do some things.
And I think that's why Alabama didn't look like Alabama normally looks. They're not dominating like they once did on either side of the ball. Now, we know they're going to run the football. That's what Coach Saban believes in. He prides himself on being able to run the football, control the clock, minimize the quarterback putting the ball in harm's way. Hence, Jalen Hurts threw what? Two INTs. They had 8 total turnovers the entire season, which is tied for the FBS lead. Mobile quarterbacks, from what we've seen since Coach Saban has been at Alabama, has caused Alabama problems. If you go back to Cam Newton, the Tim Tebow's, Trevor Knight, that one night at the Sugar Bowl when he was at Oklahoma.
I agree with that too.
Chad Kelly.
But I like Jalen Hurts though. I like Jalen Hurts. I think he's a good quarterback. I like Jalen Hurts
Zeke ran
a lot.
for 230, but it was Cardale Jones timely running first down and being able to throw the ball from the pocket. So with all that being said, Alabama will get back to what Alabama does. They will shut down Clemson's run. They will force Kelly Bryant to beat them throwing the football. Now, Kelly Bryant played better than I thought. No, I don't think anybody thought Clemson would be back this year, given what they lost last year. Deshaun Watson, they had a wide receiver go in the top 10. Wayne Gallman left, so they had the tight end left. So they had a lot of vacancies to fill. They've done more than adequate job replacing those guys. I got a very, very close ball game like the previous two were. I'm going to take Alabama close late, 27-24.
Dabo's not going to take your phone calls, right?
I already get congratulated. I wish
you just burned that bridge around, didn't you?
No.
So, I am going Clemson
27-24?
because I'm going to say it one more time.
Shannon.
Alabama does not belong in this football game.
Yeah, they do.
It does not belong in this football game. Ohio State should be
Skip
playing
said that was some heart, didn't he?
tonight in the, what's it called? The Sugar Bowl. And did you happen to notice what the Ohio State did to the Pac-12 champion USC the other night, Friday night?
What every other team has done to Pac-12 opponents.
24-7. It was domination. Have you noticed what the Big Ten has done in its bowl games? 7-0. Do you remember what I told you on that fateful day after these playoffs were announced, these pairings? I told you that the Big Ten was rated by most services the toughest conference in America, and the SEC was, according to most services, the 4th best. In that Ohio State played the 28th strongest schedule, toughest schedule, and that Alabama was way down at 56th toughest schedule.
I live in the state of Ohio, but I can't stand the Buckeyes. And that's right, I said it. Any Buckeye fan, I can't stand y'all, man.
Against his arch rival Auburn, and that came
We'll
on the
get
heels
to
of
why.
barely
We'll get into the
surviving
why
at Texas A&M
soon.
and at Mississippi State. I watched all 3 of those games carefully. I just couldn't see Bam Bama anymore. I'm sorry, that's just not the same team that it was last year or the year before.
In which of those games did Alabama give up 55 points on the road?
Who are we talking about? Ohio State.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, all these teams had a disaster. Oklahoma had a disaster at home against a 31-point underdog.
Okay.
So, again, Alabama got ramrodded, got run off the field by Auburn. So isn't that the equivalent of what happened to Ohio State?
55.
Yeah. Okay.
55. That's what they gave up, 55 points.
I was a good football team.
Oh, not even good football. So Auburn's some trash.
Suck.
No, I'm not saying
Oh,
that.
okay.
And Auburn would have probably beaten Georgia if Kerryon Johnson had been healthy, and he was not, and if they still had Petway, and they did not.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip,
Kerryon Johnson for Auburn?
When the Big Ten champion, which was Penn State,
Beast. I would love to see Auburn in the playoffs.
playoff.
And he
Who got
healthy,
in?
that'd
Ohio
be
State.
nice.
What happened to Ohio State when they played Clemson?
It's this year we are talking about, not last year. All I can do is watch what happens this year, and my eye test screamed to me that Ohio State's a better football team than Alabama. Now back to the Clemson game. I am stunned that somehow Alabama is a 3.5-point favorite, and that was your opening line, because I think you're at least surprised at that.
I'm shocked.
Okay? Because I watched Clemson a lot this year, and obviously I think the point spread is screaming no Deshaun Watson.
Right.
Well, obviously Kelly Bryant is not Deshaun Watson. And obviously I think
not.
Jalen Hurts is a little better. He's certainly a better thrower than Kelly Bryant. But have you checked out the rest of the Clemson Tigers? Have you
They're
checked
loaded.
off offensive line, defensive line? If this is a battle of the trenches, which I think it will be, Clemson's just better than Alabama in both trenches, in both lines. I'm sorry, they are loaded with NFL prospects on both sides. And Dabo
All right,
Swinney
we're going to stop
isn't
it
just a
there
good-
because we don't need to go any further. We already see where they're going. So let your boy get into this conversation. Yeah. All right. Who I got for tonight against the Alabama Crimson Tide and them Clemson Tigers? Who I'm picking? I'm picking Alabama. Roll Tide. Like Stephen A. Smith, baby. I'm going Roll Tide. I'm sorry. All my Clemson fans out there, if there's anybody who like Clemson that watches this, that watches JMO, I'm sorry. I don't believe that Clemson is going to beat Alabama 2 years back to back. I'm sorry. Number one reason why I say that is you don't have Deshaun Watson. Skip is right. I think the odds makers in Vegas are saying because Deshaun Watson is not playing for Clemson anymore, they're not giving him a chance. I don't believe it. You don't have Deshaun Watson there anymore. You lost a lot of other pieces too, besides Deshaun Watson to the NFL draft. That you have new players now in those positions. Okay, so I don't believe that. You're not gonna let Nick Saban get this a much amount of time. He had almost a whole month now to plan and game plan for Clemson. You don't give Nick Saban that type of time thinking that you're gonna beat them. Okay? The defense for Nick Saban, yeah, don't get me wrong. I know some linebackers are hurt. I know they might not be 100%. But once again, I think Nick Saban can work with the fill-in pieces and make them look great. Okay? He gets top recruits every year. So even if they're a backup at Alabama, they was a top 10 recruit coming out of high school, they probably can play the game. They just got to wait their turn. That's all they're doing. They just waiting their turn. So I don't believe, even though I like Dabo too, I like Dabo as a coach. I think he has swag. I like him as a coach. If I had a son or if I was able to go to the college and play for football, Clemson offer me a scholarship, yes, that would be one of my teams I would have on my list to go to. Because I like that ball. I like his swag. I like him. I like him a lot. I like the way he's building up Clemson too. But you're not gonna beat Alabama. Not 2 times back to back. Not when Nick Saban and that Alabama team and them returning sophomores and seniors, juniors are coming back again, knowing what you did to them in the national championship last year. Nah. Like I said, you're not gonna give Nick Saban. And then, like I said, I like Kelly Bryant. No disrespect towards Kelly Bryant. I like him a lot as Clemson quarterback, but he's young. This is his first year taking over the league, being that boss of the offense. I'm sorry. He gonna see what Nick Saban has to offer this year. This is your first year. No. What happened to Deshaun and them the year before last year? When he went against Nick Saban and them boys. Nick Saban and them boys took home that trophy. Now, don't get me wrong. I know Deshaun still balled out, but Nick Saban and them boys took home that trophy at the end of the day. And I think this being his first year and he's not a legit thrower, Nick Saban's going to get him. Now, only way I say Clemson can win is if Kelly Bryant comes out and he have a Cam Newton type of day, a Deshaun Watson type of day, who was another good running quarterback in the NFL? Russell Wilson type of day. That's the only way I see Clemson winning. He's going to have to throw and he's going to have to run. Yeah, they're right. Alabama is not great against quarterbacks who can do both, who can run and throw. They're not great against that. But Kelly Bryant has a lot to prove. He can run. We've seen that. We see the running ability. But can he throw? He's only like 27% when he's throwing over 20 yards down the field. Not great. That's not good at all. He only had one game this whole year where he threw over 300 yards. You're going to have to do that against Alabama. You're going to have to throw and run. You can't be one-dimensional against Alabama because Nick Saban will find that out. Yes, I am an Alabama fan. Yes, I am. My favorite 2 teams in college football, number 1 and always will be, to the day I die, will be the Michigan Wolverines. Yes, I know I live in the state of Ohio, but it will always be Michigan, okay? All right. Number 2 is Alabama. Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Yes, that's my second favorite team in college football. Those 2 are my favorite team, and that's why I can't stand Ohio State. And that's why. Because like I said, I'm a Michigan fan all the way through. My blood is blue and gold. Michigan. All right? Yeah, and we taking care of South Carolina today, too. Just want to throw that out there, too. I ain't talking, but we're going to take care of South Carolina today. We coming with that dub. So, but yeah, I just don't see you giving Nick Saban this amount of time to game plan for a quarterback who's his first year of really being the boss of an offense, who's only right now one-dimensional. Now, like I said, I like Kelly Bryant. I can see him developing to be more than just a one-dimensional quarterback. I can see him being able to throw the ball downfield next year, 2019. When we hit 2019 and the playoffs are back again, and Clemson maybe make it next year. But not 2018. Not the first day of 2018, baby. I got Roll Tide all the way. I think it's going to be a low-scoring event. I don't think it's going to be high-scoring. Because Jalen Hurts has to prove something to me today, too. That's one thing about Jalen Hurts. He can run and he got arm. But can he read defense? And Clemson does have defense. They got players that will be playing on Sunday next year. Or, this year, at the end of this year. They have players like that. So, Jalen Hurts has to show me something. That's another way Clemson can win if they can calm Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has to learn how to read defenses. If he can learn that, he's going to be some problems. Trust me, at that quarterback position. But your boy's going with Alabama. Like I said, low-scoring event. I don't really have a number, but I'll throw something out there. I know Shannon said, 27, 24? Somewhere maybe close to about that. Maybe close. 23, 19, something like that. I don't know. I don't really have any numbers out here. This is my first time watching the video, so I don't really have any numbers. But I do believe Alabama will win. So my JMO family, it's your turn to shine. Leave those comments at the bottom. Let me know what you think. Who you got tonight? Who you got tonight, baby? Let me know. Alabama or Clemson. You let me know. And I will tell you if I feel like you're wrong or right. So leave those comments. Once again, shout out to all my JMO family, all my new subscribers, all my new commenters down there. They'll code 03. Thank you for leaving the comment, man. I appreciate the love. And everybody else, all my aunties, uncles out there, appreciate it. And your boy's out.